Broadcasting from the great state of Texas. News and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
Lubbock, Amarillo, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Midland, Odessa, Dallas, Fort Worth, and anywhere else inside or outside the great state of Texas, wherever you may be listening on this Tuesday. That's right, Tuesday, and what a nice Tuesday it's been. Little bit on the, well, I guess you could say it's average temperature outside, maybe a little bit below average temperature, but a wonderful Tuesday evening as you're driving home. Maybe you're stuck in traffic. Maybe you're still at work for a little bit longer, putting together everything that you need to put together. Maybe you're already at home getting ready for whatever may be on the be on the dinner menu this evening. Whatever it may be, we're glad that you have tuned in to join us on this Tuesday evening. We've got a lot to talk about. Oh boy, do we have a lot. We have President Donald Trump this morning warning that he would end a civilization, and oh boy, did that set people off. Yes, we will talk about Iran. We will talk about the war. What does Trump actually mean when he's talking about ending a civilization? Is he actually talking about ending a civilization? Has he actually gone mad with power, as I've seen some on CNN and MSNBC, or what do they call themselves now? MS Now. Oh, he's drunk with power. Oh my goodness, this is what a madman says. Is it really what a madman says, or is Trump just being Trump? And some of you people fall for it time after time after time after time. So we'll get into that. We've also got some news out of some of our different cities to get into, some city local news that we'll be talking about today. And of course, we've got just a lot of some interesting statewide news that's come out today. And also, we are now weeks post, I guess, the possible endorsement that Trump was going to make. Where's that gone? Is there any hope whatsoever for either of the candidates to get the coveted Trump endorsement as we move forward? So we've got all of that to talk about. And, of course, we want to hear from you because, yes, you've heard from everybody else all day long. Now it's your chance, your opportunity to have your say on the big issues of the day. How do you do it? It's very simple. You can text in at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Tap the app. You can send us a message on your station's app. And you can always reach us on social media at Chad Hasty Radio on Facebook, Instagram, and, of course, X. Oh, yeah, in the old-fashioned way, it's what past generations would do. Just call in. Just give us a call. And we're here for you. You can dial in at 1-800-687-0790. That's 1-800-687-0790. The first voice you hear from when you dial in today. He's a guy who just, when you say it's sweater weather, you know he's prepared. It's our good friend Nick. Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. In fact, later this week, I believe it truly will be sweater weather. I think it's going to rain.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. At least it's calling for a little bit of rain. It was a little gray out today in parts of Lubbock. I was hoping.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to get a little bit of rainy today.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but I think, what is it, Saturday? I think is the highest chance. So it's somewhere in the weekend.
Possibility of severe weather, at least out here. Who knows if that's going to happen.
I'm always for it. I mean, as long as there's no property and human damage,
yes,
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's a fun time to look out your window and just see what fun things are whipping through the air. It's just a great excuse to stay indoors.
It's a great excuse to be as lazy as possible.
Yes.
That's really what it comes down to. It's like, well,
I would go get groceries, do some errands, but
the rain,
look outside.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just stay home and watch the game.
Yeah, watch whatever game there might be. You do that, or maybe you read a good book, whatever it is.
Do people still do that on rainy days?
You're trying to. I know that. You're attempting
not just
to.
on rainy days. I'm just attempting to read in general. But that's such a cliche. Do people still?
Oh yeah.
You still sit and curl up with a good book?
No, I think so. I think there are people who fit the cliche.
Yeah.
Because it's something they feel good. It makes them feel good to sit there and maybe have some coffee, or hot tea.
It's one of those relaxing.
Yeah.
You can't go outside, but hey, you sit in, you relax, you read a little bit, maybe take a nap. Fall asleep to the sound of rain.
Why not?
Maybe this weekend. Exactly.
Why not? There's there might be opportunities to do that. So yeah, it's not too bad out there. Looks like it's going to be a nice week overall. And so we always welcome that. Like I said, we've got a lot to get into on the program today, and like I said, that does include getting into the latest with Iran and the U.S. We've got what are some of the other big stories? Oh yes, you have the MAGA split over Iran. Just we always have that pops up, the split among MAGA, when really it's not a split at all. And I was listening to a gentleman earlier today who was looking at polling numbers, and they were talking about how the war in Iran is going to impact Trump and the Republicans coming up in the midterms. How this would impact them moving forward. And his thoughts, and I thought exactly this way, I think most people have moved on. I don't think most people care when it about the U.S.-Iran war. I don't think it's unless you just don't like Donald Trump, for most people, I think they've kind of moved on. Now, when Trump puts out a truthy, like he did, talking about the ending of a civilization, well, okay, people start maybe poking their head out a little bit more, going, what? What did he say? But overall, I think most people have kind of moved on. I'm not saying everyone is loving the gas prices, but I'll tell you this. We drove from Lubbock to Dallas back to Lubbock, and yeah, the gas prices, it wasn't great, but we were fine. You get to your location, you get to your destination, and you forget about the gas prices. You go, oh, hey, it's great to see family. You don't just sit there, for a weekend and go, let me tell you, this would have been a great family vacation, but the gas prices were terrible. Oh, the gas prices were just absolutely terrible. No, you don't do that. And so I think most people kind of move on from that talking point. Doesn't mean it won't come back in the future, but I think as of right now, I think it's not something that many people are concerned about. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can send in your thoughts. You can feel free to do that. Sound off on any of the topics, any of the news that you would like to get into. When we come back, we're going to get into some of the big news of the day. Yes, that includes Iran. We've got your phone calls, your texts, and so much more to talk about today on the Chad Hasty Show.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
As a parent, you said you'd never give up the convertible. Look, the van even has its own backing. You said you'd never schedule your life around a stuffed animal.
Nobody panic. Bun is still at daycare.
And never put them in harm's way.
I'll be right back, little man. Just gonna pop in the store for diapers.
But never happens. Temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you every time you park the car. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Securing America.
President Trump and American military leaders spoke Monday about the rescue of the crew of a downed F-15E aircraft in Iran.
We leave no American behind.
War Secretary Pete Hegseth said the rescues were not border operations.
This was deep into Iran.
After the pilot was rescued Friday following a 7-hour daylight flight over the country, the search for his weapons specialist became the focus. CIA Director John Ratcliffe said while the search took place, his organization conducted a misdirection campaign
to confuse the Iranians who were desperately hunting for our airmen.
Eventually, the crew member was found in the mountains, hiding. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane said a rescue helicopter
was engaged by every single person in Iran who had a small arms weapon.
General Kane reminding all U.S. troops,
we will always bring you home.
Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
The Chad Hasty Show. The Trump deadline for Iran ticking closer as the Islamic Republic rejects temporary ceasefire. Trump cites heated negotiations as deadline for Iran infrastructure strikes looms. President Donald Trump said the administration is in the midst of tough talks amid a deadline with Iran in which he had has threatened to target the country's energy infrastructure. On Tuesday, Trump declined to say how he was feeling about the impasse. God, I can't tell you because right now we're in heated negotiations. The U.S. has launched airstrikes already today, and including back in February, they launched some. So from about February to earlier this month, they've been striking facilities used by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard to build and maintain small ships, and they've been able to destroy a lot of those. Let's see, the Iran-backed Houthi forces raising the prospect of a second global shipping choke point in the Red Sea, threatening to deepen pressure on energy markets and global trade as the conflict with Iran intensifies. The Houthis entered the conflict in early April with missile and drone attacks on Israel and have since warned they could target shipping, raising concerns that the war could expand beyond the Strait of Hormuz. Analysts warned if the Houthi forces began targeting vessels, could open a second maritime front in a conflict that has already choked off traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, adding pressure to the global markets and supply chains. So, I don't think the U.S. would have any problem bombing the Houthis if they absolutely needed to do that. Don't think they would have a problem doing any of that. And of course, at any time you see Trump post something on Truth Social, anytime he talks about wiping out a civilization, you get the Democrats. You get the Democrats all hot and bothered. Some Republicans start jumping up and down, and they don't understand that this is Trump being Trump. Now, it may not be something you would post. It may not be something I would post. It may not be something that most presidents would have posted in the past. But this is what Donald Trump is doing. Donald Trump is, in my opinion, trying to reach into the mind of madmen. That's who's leading Iran. The Iranians will go down with the ship. The Iranians, I mean, everything that we have seen shows that the Iranians, that the leadership there in Iran, they will go down fighting. They will go down swinging. And Trump is trying to make them see that you're not dealing with any ordinary president of the United States. That this is a president who, again, he can't run. He can't run again. He's done. And he's going to use any force necessary to take you out. And that's why, hey, you can decide now to lay down your arms, or you can die via a missile coming into your home. What's it going to be? And this idea that Trump is a madman, or that Trump has embraced this idea of being completely crazy and unhinged. It's not. It's just that most of us never need to go into this madman theory or this madman way of life. I saw someone earlier today who had said that Trump has embraced the theory and is trying to convince the Iranians that he's willing to do anything that he can do, but the president doesn't actually understand that Iran is led by madmen. No, I think he does. I think he does get that Iran is led by madmen, just like he gets that North Korea is led by a madman. The only thing that madmen will back down against is someone who has conviction. And so when Trump posts this on Truth Social, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter, less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Who knows? Who will find out tonight? One of the most important moments in the long, complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Notice he's also sending a message there that the civilization he's talking about is the corrupt government. He's not talking about wiping out the Iranian people. He's not talking about using nuclear weapons and murdering all of the Iranian people. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about ending the craziness within the government. We'll be right back.
Call in to the Chad Hasty Show at 1-800-687-0790. The Chad Hasty Show, broadcasting on the Texas Town Square Media Network.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
When I'm driving, I look twice for motorcycles.
I look twice because motorcycles are easy to miss.
I look twice just in case a motorcycle's in my blind spot.
I look twice at intersections and before I turn left.
I look twice because I want to know for sure.
I look twice for motorcycles because I don't want to hurt anyone.
Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it. A message from Texas Department of Transportation.
TSN headlines: contentious and often combative testimony today as the State Board of Education gets feedback on its new required reading list that includes stories from the Bible. The board's final vote on the curriculum changes in June. Trial underway in Fort Worth for the man accused of killing 7-year-old Athena Strand in Wise County in 2022. Defendant Tanner Horner opened the trial by pleading guilty. He will get either life in prison or the death penalty. Senator John Cornyn promoting new tax credits as we near the end of this year's tax filing season. He's in East Texas later this week to talk about the working families tax cut. Dallas-based Southwest Airlines will limit passengers to one lithium portable charger on flights. It will also ban them from being stowed in overhead bins. The airline says the goal is to reduce risk of in-flight battery fires. With your Texas news headlines, I'm Barbara Schwartz.
The rental team at ASCO is ready to help you find the right equipment to do the job. For over 65 years, we've dedicated ourselves to supporting you with fast service and reliable equipment. Choose from daily, weekly, or long-term rental options to fit your project's needs. Buy it, rent it, support it. We're on it at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com for your next equipment rental. That's ASCOEQ.com.
CarsForKids.org. Right off the car, not the kid. Got an old or unused vehicle you need to get rid of? Donate it to the original carsforkids.org. Towing is free, and you'll be helping kids in our communities. Carsforkids.org is the best vehicle donation charity impacting the lives of kids thanks to your vehicle donations. Carsforkids.org picks up vehicles in any condition, and you'll receive a $50 gift card. Don't delay. Donate today.
South Plains weather forecast is temperatures overnight through morning dropping into the middle 40s. A few light rain showers possible. Then on Wednesday, a high temperature of 81 degrees. Meteorologist in front of it, so Lubbock's official weather station News Talk KFYO.
Financial news on KFYO.
I'm Dan Loney with Your Money Now. Wall Street rallied late in the session to finish the day mixed on some positive news potentially in the Iran war. The Dow Industrial Average lost 85 points, though, to end the session at 46,585. NASDAQ added 21 points. The S&P 500 picked up 5. Cleveland Fed President Beth Hammack said an interest rate hike could be appropriate if inflation persistently remains above the central bank's 2% target. In an interview with the Associated Press, Hammack reiterated that her general preference is for the Fed to keep its benchmark interest rate unchanged for quite some time. And Ford Motor Company is recalling more than 422,000 vehicles in the U.S. over a failure of a windshield wiper. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said the recall includes Lincoln Navigator and Ford Expedition SUVs, as well as some F-Series trucks. That's Your Money Now.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Buck Sexton here to remind you to come hang with me and Clay Travis weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO. You'll laugh, you'll learn, you'll never be alone.
Ah, the Internet, a place where your curiosity can flourish, unless online threats stop you. The Internet is wonderful, but you need to protect yourself online. Protect yourself online with NordVPN. NordVPN encrypts your browsing. Its Threat Protection Pro feature helps you block malware, avoid phishing, and stop digital trackers. Get the best deal at NordVPN.com.
Empowering West Texas with news that matters. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO.
Don't forget about Chad. Find Chad on social media at Chad Hasty Radio on X and Instagram. It's The Chad Hasty Show.
On the Chad Hasty Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. One texter says, I think the leadership is just trying to outlive the American will to continue to fight. And it's not a terrible plan because even Republicans are questioning what Trump is doing. I think Trump is on the right track. I hope he sticks it out until we at least get long-term security from Iran. No uranium, no ballistic missiles, and open the Strait of Hormuz. I don't want our boys risking their lives to free people that don't want to risk their own lives to free themselves. So just keep bombing them. Maybe put in ground troops if the Iranians start a revolution. Yeah, I think you do have to be careful about boots on the ground. I do think you have to be wary of that and say, okay, at some point, the Iranian people, we've given you 6 weeks of bombing. What else do you need? What else do you need from the U.S. at this point? But I would say that you bring up some good points here. That the leadership, quote unquote, of the Iranians just trying to outlast the will of the American people or of those in charge. I think that's right. I think they have seen time after time after time where, the American people, they're not willing to stick with this for a long time. They're not willing to stick with a war for weeks and weeks and weeks, and particularly one that gets deadly. They're not always for that, and that's why I think having someone in as, I guess you could say, a lame duck president, it's kind of a good thing. Trump doesn't have to worry about his polling numbers. Trump doesn't have to worry about what the election is going to look like if he continues a war. He just has to worry about, is this the right war? Is this the right thing to do? You look at earlier today, this came out via CNN. Iran could be ready to accept a 2-week ceasefire. This is what has come out from CNN and a few other places. The Pakistani Prime Minister has proposed a 2-week ceasefire to allow for diplomatic negotiations between the U.S. and Iran. A response will come from the White House, said Tuesday. The president said the U.S. is in heated negotiations over the war, declining to elaborate on the talks. So who knows what that could mean? That could mean that you may have a ceasefire. It could mean everything's on the table moving forward, which I don't think Trump necessarily wants. I think he wants the Iranians to come to the table and to negotiate, in particular, to get rid of their nuclear weapon capability. That's really what needs to happen. And so if the Iranians were to do that, I can see where Trump says, okay, let's give it another 2 weeks. Why not? Yeah, I'm not, this idea of the Pakistanis getting involved, I guess that news coming out about an hour ago, I can see Trump going with it because Trump is not someone who is a madman. He's not someone who is just going to, stay on the complete and total, bombing of a nation just because. He wants to use that as leverage, and I think that was the big message this morning of saying, you know what, we will wipe out your civilization. We'll do it. We can do it. We have gotten close before. You know it. So either negotiate with us or else. And it looks like that maybe the Iranians are negotiating at least a little bit. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can send in your thoughts on the text line. Another texter on the app chat. This from Stacy weighing in. Says, Chad, hopefully there will be a ceasefire, but I wouldn't trust the Iranians at all. They're probably going to still use their proxies to bomb. This is going to be one heck of a deal that Trump will have to make. Yeah, and I agree with that. I think that, you're going to have to be very, very, very careful with any type of ceasefire that you may see from the Iranians. They may have it for a little bit, but I wouldn't trust the Iranians to keep up their end of the bargain, into the deal, into the bargain for a long time. Remember, they do have proxies. They'll use them. We've seen that many, many times in the past. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. You can send in your thoughts. Let's go ahead and take the break. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and more.
Got out of town on a boat going to Southern Islands.
The Titan of Texas Talk Radio, The Chad Hasty Show.
Talking with newsmakers and about the issues that matter to you. The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Chad's show is also digital with the Chad Hasty Show podcast. The Chad Hasty Show podcast can be downloaded on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and the Radio On Demand page on KFYO.com. The Chad Hasty Show, all across Texas during your drive home, weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Local events, newsmakers, and information. It's Sunrise LBK on KFYO.
Coming up on Sunrise LBK on Wednesday, the ace of Texas, Gary Adrian, in the house just after 7:30, talking about your property taxes and how to protest them. Also, Larry Williams Brake Tune and Tire, with another edition of Ask Larry, solving your automotive problems, and we'll also have a prize bomb for you, including a $30 gift card to the Silver Bullet Saloon, 54th and Aberdeen. See you in the morning.
From the heart of the hub city to the wide open skies of West Texas, KFYO keeps you connected to the stories, the voices, and the conversations that matter most. This is the news and talk of West Texas. News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Gianna Gelosi with your Fox True Crime Minute. 13-year-old Christina Plant went missing from Star Valley, Arizona, what was previously part of the town of Payson, in May of 1994. According to the original missing person bulletin, she was last seen that afternoon leaving her home to head to a nearby stable where she kept her horse. She never arrived, and police classified her case as missing endangered under suspicious circumstances. But Arizona's Gila County Sheriff's Office revealing extensive search efforts were conducted, and after 32 years, Christina has has been located alive thanks to advances in technology, modern investigative techniques, and detailed case review. Plant is now around 44 years old, and while the outcome is rare and remarkable, officials are withholding nearly all details about what happened in the decade she went missing out of respect for her privacy and well-being. But one investigator told News Nation they were shocked to learn Plant disappeared on purpose. There's more on this story at foxnews.com or subscribe to the Fox True Crime Podcast. I'm Gianna Gelosi with your Fox True Crime Minute.
You're unbelievable.
All right, back on the Chad Hasty Show. Do appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line 806-680-2790. Trump agrees to suspending the bombing for 2 weeks. See, just like that. Within an hour, folks, we go from panic to 2 week ceasefire. Amazing how that happens. The president said the agreement was made on the condition that Iran agree to reopen the critical Strait of Hormuz. Israel has also agreed to the temporary ceasefire, according to the White House. Israel, part of the 2 week ceasefire, is part of this, according to President Donald Trump, who announced Israel has agreed to suspend its bombing campaigns while negotiations continue. Trump has agreed to the 2 week ceasefire subject to the Strait of Hormuz reopening, and according to a post 5 minutes ago from CNN. Let's see. Trump said the ceasefire agreement was made on condition that Iran agree to reopen the critical Strait of Hormuz based on conversations with the Prime Minister of Pakistan, wherein they requested that I hold off on the destructive force being sent to Iran to immediate subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing. On reopening the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for the period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. So this is Trump doing negotiations, and this is in real time almost how it plays out. And more people need to understand that Trump is willing to say sometimes outlandish things in order to push negotiations. That Trump is willing to say something or write something that may sound crazy to any number of people. But it's part of the deal. It's part of the negotiations. Now, I know there's some on the left, many on the left, who don't believe that it's part of the negotiations at all, that Trump is getting lucky, that Trump is, whatever. You can't continue to be this lucky if you're the Trumpster. I mean, this is good negotiating techniques. We will end you. We will end you as a nation tonight. A country hears that, and they might start looking around going, maybe this guy ain't fooling around. Maybe this is the one president that we've had to deal with who actually does have a backbone and doesn't care about winning an upcoming election because he doesn't have to. To me, it's genius. To me, it's great. You have a president who's willing to stand up, have a spine, to have a red line, and when the other country crosses the red line, he doesn't back up and go, well, never mind. Remember with Obama. Obama always had the red lines, but he would allow the nation to go past the red line, and then he'd say, well, never mind. He wanted to be adored and loved by everyone on the planet. Joe didn't have a clue as to what was going on. And now you have a president who will get negotiations done. Now, do I think that this is going to be overall successful? Do I think that this will end the war? I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to work out. But now you have the two sides who will have 2 weeks to figure out where they're going to go with this thing. And for the American people who don't like this war, you've got 2 weeks now to go out and talk to representatives and members of Congress and say, you know what? We don't like this, or maybe we do like this war, and here's why. So you have time. You have time to fix it. You have time to get out there. But I never believed, not once today, did I believe that Trump wanted to end the civilization of the Iranian people. And I don't think the Iranian people believed it because they weren't rushing for the gates. They weren't trying to get out today. Did you notice that? That the Iranian people, they were staying home. So, good for them, good for Trump, good for the U.S., and we'll see where it goes. We'll see. We'll see what happens. 806-680-2790. When we come back in the next hour, we've got some statewide news to get into. That should be fun. Your phone calls, your text as well in the final hour of the program when we come back.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.
Looking for a great real estate agent? Someone who can help you sell your home fast and for top dollar? Go to ready.com, REDY.com. Because on Ready, agents will pay you just for the opportunity to sell your home. Yeah, on Ready, agents will pay you for your listing. thousands of dollars up front just for a chance to sell your home. And it's easy. Just go to ready.com, enter your address, and when you want to sell. In just 48 hours, the best local agents are competing on Ready to be your agent with cash offers up front just to win your business. Hey, your listing is valuable. Don't give it away. Make those agents earn it. Get paid to pick your real estate agent. Go to ready.com or call 888-525-REDY. 888-525-READY.
When high winds and dangerous storms rock West Texas, stay ahead of the weather with the station you trust. Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO.
News Talk 95.1, 790 KFYO Lubbock, KFYO.com, a Town Square media station.
It's 6 o'clock in Texas.
This is a Fox News alert. The plan for attack suspended. I'm Lisa Lacera. President Trump posting on Truth Social moments ago that he's agreed to suspend his planned bombing of Iran for a period of 2 weeks after a request from the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who has been working as a mediator. The president writing on Truth Social that the 2-week ceasefire is subject to Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. And the president saying the U.S. received a 10-point plan from Iran and believes that it's a workable basis on which to negotiate. Earlier, Pope Leo XIV called President Trump's threats against Iran truly unacceptable,
telling reporters any attacks on civilian infrastructure violate international law.
And let's remember especially the innocent, children, the elderly, the sick, so many people who have already become or will become victims of this continued warfare.
Urging all people of goodwill to reach out to political leaders to demand they reject war and work for peace.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin, an American journalist freed after she was captured in Iraq.
A U.S. official confirming to Fox News that American journalist Shelley Kittleson, who was kidnapped a week ago in Baghdad, Iraq, by an Iran-backed Iraqi Shia militia, has been released. There were U.S. efforts behind the scenes, I am told, to secure her release from likely Kataib Hezbollah, an Iranian group inside of Iraq. Shelley Kittleson, that journalist who was kidnapped, we understand, by Kataib Hezbollah and held for about a week. This is a group that operates inside of Iraq, and it is a journalist who is well known across the region for reporting fairly on many different stories, especially in Baghdad, the Iraqi capital.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. U.S. crude futures have fallen about $11 to $101 since the president's announcement. America's listening to Fox News.
The Chad Hasty Show.
What's better than listening to KFYO first thing in the morning? Well, listening to Fox News on KFYO first thing in the morning. Don't miss the latest news affecting the local and federal government, as well as the goings-on in that little white building called the White House. With Fox News every day, right here on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM, KFYO.
South Plains weather forecast. The temperatures this evening are dropping from the mid-60s this afternoon to about the 44 degrees tomorrow morning on Wednesday. The rain chances also continue to decrease at 20% through Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon high temperatures in the lower 80s as warmer temperatures are on the way. The weather is brought to you by the new Sonic Refresher. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts on Lubbock's official weather station, News Talk KFYO.
Broadcasting from the great state of Texas, news and views with a Lone Star perspective. You can sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Or call in at 1-800-687-0790. Now, here's Chad Hasty.
back on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Appreciate you being out there on this Tuesday, April 7th of 2026. We've got a lot to get into in this hour of the program. Of course, your phone calls, your text, whatever else you want to get into, feel free to dial in today. Nick is let's see, you still finishing off your mid-show snack that you had. What was today's optional snack? What was it today?
Today was a lovely display of string cheese, a granola bar.
Nice.
The strawberry banana granola bar variety.
Nice.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And then a blackberry, I believe. Chia. Squeeze.
A blackberry mush.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the little packet.
Yeah.
Looks like a little applesauce squeeze packet.
Yeah.
But you've got the snot adjacent chia seeds.
Yeah, you brought me one of those one time, and I said it wasn't bad.
That's right.
Yeah.
They are not bad. They're very good.
Subjectively,
subjectively, they're very
good. Very good compared to what I think is the.
If then let's do this. If your perfect snack, what would it be?
Oh, the perfect snack.
Yeah. If you had a mid-show snack,
what
what
Boy,
would
that's
you?
a good one.
Yeah.
It would have to involve some of those, and I would say one of my favorite snack. I call them a snack pack, if you will.
I think that's taken, but okay.
My favorite snack pack, TM, that I like to pick up over at United is actually, it's a very simple thing. It's some grapes, and cheese. I'm very simple.
Okay.
Very
All right.
simple.
Yeah.
I just give me some grapes, give me some cheese. It's cubed up.
It's ready to go.
It's ready to go.
That's a great combo.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like I need something more.
Yeah.
I need
get
some
that.
protein, maybe some bread, like a cracker type or something. I just feel like I would need to add something.
Yeah.
Something to it. But that's
get that.
great choice.
That would be on most today. I don't know what it's been today.
No.
My day has just, and really since yesterday, the last 2 days have just been screwed up for me.
Just like routine-wise?
Routine-wise.
Okay.
It's just, I have no idea why.
No.
But it's just been messed up. And I was sitting here just a few minutes ago. I went, I'm kind of getting hungry. I'm kind of getting a little hungry out there. And I went, it's probably because I didn't have any lunch.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how anybody does that. How is
I don't
that?
know.
Is that not the first at the top of mind?
I had no breakfast today.
You just didn't eat today?
I did not. I have not had a bite to eat since last night.
Is your head not pounding and your stomach burning?
No, it's just my head is like,
you should probably eat something.
Let's go get something. But it was one of those where I was so far behind in my schedule today.
No. I guess you were preoccupied, probably.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those where when I got free for a minute to go and get lunch, it was already like 3:00.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't.
Gotta get ready.
That's a late time to have lunch.
That is a late.
It's a late lunch.
Early dinner.
It's a late lunch. I'll get to that here in a second. It's a late lunch, and it's one of those where if my wife was on the same page and she was eating at 3 or 3:30, then okay, that makes it easy.
Sure,
because then we get home tonight and a little bit later on. We'll make some dinner at around 8, 9 o'clock. I know there are people out there going, "You're not supposed to eat after 9." Shut up. I know. I'm talking about this in a worst case scenario.
No.
We get it. But we did not have that conversation. So it was one of those where if I would have picked something up at 3, I'm not going to be hungry for dinner at 7 p.m.
Are you, really?
Yeah.
What?
No.
That's surprise. I can't go an hour and a half.
Yeah.
2 hours tops.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I have my snack. I know
but you do the snack throughout the day.
About it.
Like you do. You have the snack.
This is the only snack I have in the day, though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had you were on the 8-meal plan a day plan.
8-meal plan a day.
Yeah.
No. I do a pretty big breakfast.
Okay.
I try. I get the eggs and bacon and all that, the fruit and nuts.
Yeah.
And then that's my day starts a little later.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't eat breakfast until what? It's at 9 o'clock in the morning,
right?
Which I know is a little later for some people. And then lunch around 2. My snack at 6, and then dinner at 7:30.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean, my stomach's growling. I'm hungry most of the day. I can't. I'm surprised that you make it that far.
No. Right. See, yesterday I ate late. I had a late lunch yesterday.
Yeah.
I got home and didn't eat a thing.
You just fell asleep. You had sleep for dinner. Really?
I had sleep for
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Wow. Okay.
I just wasn't hungry.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Today I'm hungry. I'm a little bit like, hey, like what's going on here? What are we doing?
I guess in the grand scheme of things,
what's happening?
It's probably better to have the feeling of I could forego a meal.
Yeah.
Rather than every second of every day going, man,
I'm so
I gotta
hungry.
eat something.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. So I suppose that's probably a little bit better.
So when we go and see my parents, and God bless my parents, I love my parents. They're great. I lucked out. Great parents. My parents are are at the age now where early is good. It is.
Yes.
Like when my wife and I are just on a Saturday, we're not eating dinner until 7.
Sure.
Maybe 8 p.m. Just depends on how the day goes.
Yeah.
But between 7 and 8 p.m. that's when we were eating dinner. There was a time with my parents where that was the norm too, where we were going out 7, 8 p.m. and eating. Now
that's bedtime.
5 p.m.
Yeah.
5 p.m. reservations, and it's like, on one hand, like I've had to get used to it, and I have. Sure. And it's like you build up throughout the week. You're like, okay, let's start getting ready. Yeah. Let's start Wednesday. If we're going in Thursday, then we start preparing on Tuesday. Start lowering the times that we eat on a Tuesday. Wednesday you go full throttle into it. Thursday when you arrive, it's like, okay, we're good. It's go time.
It's routine. Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you have one meal. You have one meal in the morning. You're not eating after that. Anytime after 10 a.m., you're done because you're going to ruin the next meal. So you just know you better eat by 10 a.m. On a Saturday or Friday or a Saturday. And so, but we went and ate. Very good restaurants, easy to get into. And I'll say this: we had Sweet Baby A with us, and of course, and so all in around a 7-month-old.
Yeah.
And she was doing great, living her best life.
Yeah, that's
going,
good
you know
dinner.
what? I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep in here. This is great.
Yeah.
So it's good. I figured out the 5 p.m., great for older people and babies.
I was going to say, is that a common reservation time?
No.
I don't think it is. I think 7.
Here's what I've read is that younger people are starting to like the earlier reservations as well because they're not big drinkers. They just want to get in, have some food, and then go home and maybe do something else.
Sure.
Like maybe do board games with friends at home, or have a later bit of a night. Whereas like with my dad, and again, God bless them, love him, love my dad. It starts getting about 9:30. He's done. Yeah, he's done.
The day's over.
He wakes up at 4 a.m. every single day.
That's the thing is, to me, I feel like the older you get, the earlier your day shifts.
Yes.
So now all of a sudden, you're getting up 3:30, 4:30, and you're like, okay, time to start the day.
Yeah.
You know,
And
everyone's
there's-
still asleep. And then you're in bed by, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
at the latest.
Yeah, and he's cool with that. He seems very, very happy with that. But it's one of those where you do have to as you get older and your parents get older. That's one thing you have to realize is the time to eat.
Yeah.
It changes,
Yeah.
and I think that may be what has also thrown me off the last couple of days. Is that
you were with them recently? I forgot.
Yeah, I was with them this weekend.
Okay.
And so, like, by now, it's practically bedtime. Like, it is.
That was a long weekend.
It's practically nap time now. And is there a thing as too much sleep? Because I may have gotten too much sleep this weekend. I don't know.
Probably not. I don't think there is. No.
Who knows? Let's see. Some text that have come in. Paul from Post, you were correct, Chad. Trump knows his enemy. He's not a madman. He's crazy like a fox. I sure hope Vance, Rubio, etc. are learning from him. Democrats are too stupid to understand. There's a lot with Vance. I know Vance is tied into the Tucker Carlson world. And I think Vance needs to get out of the Tucker world. Like I think he's got to do. I think he's got to do even more to show that he's not part of the Tucker world that's out there, because Tucker Carlson keeps getting more and more crazy, and that whole shtick is not going to work well. I think Rubio right now is showing that he might be the next guy for the job. He might be it. Let's see. Perhaps Nick could provide his sweater to the Iranians as a peace offering. That from Raul in Opelika West. It's a possibility that he could. We've had talks with the White House about that. So far, they are not interested. 806-680-2790. When we come back, your phone calls, your text. I would like to have more of the snack option. What is your go-to, not an unhealthy snack, but maybe that's a nice, healthy evening, mid-afternoon snack? We'll be right back.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune in to News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
Hi, Angie. This is your phone here in the cup holder. Pick me up.
No, I'm driving.
Oh, look, a text from Mr. Dreamy.
Hush, driving here.
I'm getting an email. Gwen is giving away free bunnies.
No, you are so pushy.
I know. I need therapy. Let's search it now.
Phone, quiet.
Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Talk, text, crash. A message from TxDOT.
Let's talk about Legacy Box. Is your closet cluttered with old home videos and photos that rarely see the light of day? Those items hold priceless memories, but they're fading away fast. If you can't watch or share them, what's the point?
Legacy Box makes digitizing your memories easy. Just pack up your old tapes, film, and photos, and they'll take care of the rest by hand right here in Tennessee. You'll be able to see and share them again once they're in the cloud, ready to watch on your phone, on your smart TV, your computer, or tablet.
We've both relied on Legacy Box to digitize photos and movies from back in the day. They do such a great job. They'll do the same for you. Right now, Legacy Box is running a $9 videotape sale. That's 65% off. At this price, this is the best time to convert your entire collection. Join the 1.5 million families who have already trusted Legacy Box. Visit legacybox.com/buck to shop their $9 tape sale. That's legacybox.com/buck. legacybox.com/buck.
After 98 years, we're still on the air. This is News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO.
And then you pay the price. The things we do for love. The things we do for love. Communication is the problem to the answer.
Back on the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Let's see. Taylor Sheridan to produce and direct Alamo Battle film for the new Alamo Museum. Story out of News 4 San Antonio. Taylor Sheridan, the creator behind the hit series Yellowstone and Landman, will produce and direct a film for the Alamo Visitor Center and Museum, which officials say will feature the world's most technology advanced 4D theater. The immersive experience will use cutting-edge visuals, sound, and physical effects to bring the 1836 Battle of the Alamo to life. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick revealed Sheridan's involvement in a press release on Tuesday. Quote, once I saw the plan for the theater, I knew there was only one screenwriter, film producer, and director in the world to make this film for the Alamo, Taylor Sheridan. Patrick said over the last decade, Taylor's told the story of the American West, the people, the land, the depth, and history in a way no other filmmaker has. In addition to his amazing film portfolio, Taylor's a native Texan who knows and loves our state and its history. Patrick said he contacted Sheridan, who immediately agreed to the project despite a busy schedule. Patrick said the project is an amazing gift from Taylor and a big win for Texas. He's agreed to join us in telling the story of the Battle of the Alamo for millions who will visit in the years to come. He added that he will consult with the Board of Alamo Trust, which oversees the restoration plan. Sheridan, best known as a creator of the hit series Yellowstone and Landman, as well as writer and director of films like Hell or High Water, Wind River. His work has earned him multiple Emmy and Writers Guild nominations and cemented him as one of Hollywood's leading storytellers of gritty, character-driven drama. I think this will be pretty good. Why not? I'll be honest with you. I'd kind of like to see him do an Alamo movie. What do you think? I don't want it all, Yellowstone-y, where you kind of go a little bit crazy with it. Stick to the real story. Stick to the story, and see what you can develop. I think that would be kind of cool. That might not be a bad thing, but yeah, at least for the visitor center and museum, it's probably one of those. What do you think? 30-minute movies, if that. You walk in and you go through part of the exhibit, then you get to the battle. You walk in and everybody sits for a little bit. You have about a 20 to 30-minute film on the Battle of the Alamo. So, I don't know. That'll be fun to see at some point, whenever it's built up and ready to go. But yeah, I think that would be fun. Texture weighed in on best snack items. Chad, it doesn't sound like you're talking about buffalo wings. So I'll move on to just easy snack items. Give me some meat and cheese on a board, and I'm happy. There you go. Yeah. A little charcuterie board action. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Another texter. Chad, I'm with you. The grapes and cheese cups at United are very good. Easy to take with you on the go. Yeah. Yeah, you want some string cheese, you can go get you a little bit of extra string cheese with it. Nothing wrong with that. When we come back, your phone calls, your text, and more.
The Chad Hasty Show, weekdays 5 to 7 p.m. Sound off during the show by sending Chad a text at 806-680-2790.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Do you have kids? Then you know the importance of properly installing their car seats and buckling them up correctly to protect them from injuries. Unfortunately, most parents think their children are safely buckled, but that's not always the case. Visit SaveMeWithASeat.org to easily sign up for a free car seat inspection near you. Keep your kids safe with properly installed car seats and by buckling them up correctly so you can save them with a seat. Brought to you by TxDOT.
TSN headlines whether Bible study should be included in required public school reading and the social studies curriculum under debate with the State Board of Education. The State Board will have a final vote to the curriculum in June. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick continues his campaign to block Camp Mystic from reopening as the Texas Rangers join a state investigation into neglect charges. Prosecutors in the capital murder trial against Tanner Horner asking for the death penalty. Horner this morning pleaded guilty to the kidnapping and murdering 7-year-old Athena Strand in Wise County 4 years ago. He'll either get life in prison or death. Senator John Cornyn promoting new tax credits as we near the end of this year's tax filing season. He'll be in Taste, Texas later this week. Southwest Airlines adopting new rules for external cell phone batteries and power banks. Passengers will not be allowed to use those lithium-ion batteries during flight and won't be allowed to store them in the overhead bins. With your Texas news headlines, I'm Barbara Schwartz.
Looking to add a compact excavator to your fleet? The Hitachi ZX35 from Masco Equipment is in stock and ready to go to work. Right now, get this powerful and versatile mini excavator for as low as $39.9, including a 12-inch bucket, 2-year 2,000-hour factory warranty, and 0% interest for 48 months. But don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, subject to credit approval. Visit ASCOEQ.com to learn more. Masco Equipment and Hitachi, built to perform, backed by the team you trust.
Here's Wes Bunch, CEO of Bridgehead IT.
Most business leaders I talk to are intrigued by AI, and at the same time, they're nervous about it. They don't want to make the wrong move or put their data at risk. That's where Bridgehead IT comes in. We help businesses understand if they're actually ready for AI through readiness assessments, data governance, and practical staff training. The goal isn't to jump on a trend, it's to make smart business decisions with confidence. If AI is on your roadmap, start with Bridgehead IT at bridgeheadit.com.
The Lubbock South Plains weather forecast is temperatures this evening are dropping from the mid-60s this afternoon to about the 44 degrees tomorrow morning on Wednesday. The rain chances also continue to decrease at 20% through Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon high temperatures in the lower 80s as warmer temperatures are on the way. The weather is brought to you by the new Sonic Refresher. I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts, the Lubbock's official weather station News Talk KFYO.
Local events, newsmakers, and information. It's Sunrise LBK on KFYO.
Coming up on Sunrise LBK on Wednesday, the ace of Texas, Gary Adrian, in the house just after 7:30, talking about your property taxes and how to protest them. Also, Larry Williams Brake, Tune, and Tire, with another edition of Ask Larry, solving your automotive problems, and we'll also have a prize bomb for you, including a $30 gift card to the Silver Bullet Saloon, 54th and Aberdeen. See you in the morning.
Has anybody told you about Coast to Coast AM tonight?
Coast to Coast is one of those programs that deals with strange mysteries. We'll look at Bigfoot. We'll look at UFOs. We'll look at real science. And we'll also look at conspiracies and what it all means to you, the listeners of Coast to Coast AM.
It's the best in overnight talk radio. Coast to Coast AM.
Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. Tonight at midnight on KFYO.
Fox on Tech, the evolution of spaceflight.
When the Soviets launched Sputnik, the race to the moon was officially underway with the United States.
They tell us the world may never be the same again.
From Fox's old movie-tone newsreels, those cinema audiences could see the great ballistic missiles that were intended to carry things and people to space.
Leaving Cape Canaveral, Florida, the Vanguard is under perfect control.
The U.S. Project Vanguard would not be successful, but later NASA would bring manned American spaceflight in competition with the Russians. The Soviets did a lot of things first, including the first spacewalk in March of 1965. In June of that year, American Ed White would leave his Gemini capsule for all of 23 minutes.
I'm under my own control. Okay, I'm coming over. It looks beautiful. I feel like $1 million.
Next would be the three-man Apollo missions with the goal of beating the Russians to the moon. With Fox on Tech, I'm Eben Brown, Fox News.
The news and talk of West Texas. News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO.
From the Panhandle to the South Plains to the Big Country, it's the Chad Hasty Show.
Welcome back to the Chad HD Show. Appreciate you being out there today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Texas Tribune with a story out today. Texas is cutting undocumented immigrants off from school, work, and driving over the last year. Texas Republicans have enacted sweeping regulatory and legal changes that have upended all facets of life for non-citizens, those who are here illegally. The state has limited who can get an occupational license, register, or buy a car, obtain commercial driver's licenses, and get in-state tuition at colleges and universities. The changes wreaking havoc on the 1.7 million people without documentation in Texas, as well as tens of thousands of refugees and people who are with the temporary status under DACA. Additionally, more than 6,400 refugees and DACA recipients who have lost their commercial driver's license. Many more non-citizens expect to lose this ability to work in licensed industries from construction to medicine to air conditioning and cosmetology. The complicated patchwork of new rules has led to fear. Here we go with fear again. Fear and uncertainty, as immigration attorneys and advocates now say. Quote, These all represent a broader, more conditional, coordinated shift to create a pipeline of exclusion that stretches from limiting access to K through 12 education all the way to participation in the workforce and basic mobility throughout the state, said Corrine Cantor with the President's Alliance on Higher Education and Immigration. You know, for years, Republicans have talked about turning off the magnets for those who are coming here illegally. That's what is happening now. And I think it's a good thing. It just, this idea that you come over and you're here illegally, that you get to continue to go and get a job, or you continue to be able to drive, or all this. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not the job of Texas to make sure that you're happy here. Go become a legal citizen, and then we can talk about what you get. But there are too many that have taken complete advantage of the system in Texas. And so while the Texas Tribune may look at this and go, oh, this is very sad, I think this is fantastic. I think this is what has needed to happen for a long time now. And I think we're going to continue to see it expand here in Texas. Not as much as it probably should, but as much as it can. Let's see. One of Greg Abbott's spokespeople, benefits, licenses, taxpayer-funded services should not be used to incentivize unlawful presence at the expense of hardworking Texans, said Andrew Maharis, a spokesperson for Governor Greg Abbott, in a statement. Where's he wrong? He went on, these steps are to ensure compliance with federal law, protect the integrity of our system, and prioritize jobs and resources for legal residents and citizens. Now, of course, I think it's always fair to ask the question, why didn't you guys do this any sooner? What are the reasons why you didn't do this just a couple of years ago as opposed to this year? So, again, these are good moves being made. These are absolutely good moves being made by the state of Texas, and moves that they have to do to stay really friendly with the U.S. government. So, I say good moves overall for the Lone Star State. Let's see. Chad, welcome that they're removing driver's licenses for some of these illegal aliens. I have a trucking company that delivers product to me on a similar regular basis. I find their drivers are from Somalia. And let's see. One of them can speak English or back up a truck. I literally have helped 3 of them guide back my location because they're not because they are inept at doing even the most with ground guides. They are dangerous. Let's see. I had to drive their truck. Sorry, was using voice to text. It's all good. I've heard from many people that I've heard from many people that they're happy about this crackdown on licenses, especially those who may not be able to speak English. And we would just turn people loose with a license if they didn't speak English. That to me is very dangerous. And so that to me is just common sense. It's just, all of this to me is just common sense. Just because you show up in America doesn't mean you get all these benefits, doesn't mean you get all this free stuff. If I show up in Mexico, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting all this free stuff out of Mexico. No, thank you. So this, again, Texas turning off the magnets for illegal immigration, to me, is a very, very good thing. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Let's go ahead and take the break. When we come back, got a couple other stories that we'll begin to end with.
The Chad Hasty Show can be heard all over West Texas. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Tune into News Talk 95.1 and 790 KFYO in Lubbock. News Talk 940 in Amarillo. News Talk 94.7 and 1470 KYYW in Abilene. And in Wichita Falls on News Talk 96.3 and 1290. The Chad Hasty Show. Make it a part of your drive home. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m.
When you see a car that's been in a bad crash, it's no accident. When it backs traffic up for miles, no accident. And if there's a fatality involved, somebody died. That's no accident either. A lot of the time, it was speeding. And it's no accident that speeding is a factor in more than 150,000 crashes every year in Texas, many of them fatal. So slow down, be safe, drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Americans love their credit cards, one of the most secure and hassle-free ways to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. Now, this bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Simon Owen in London.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. America is listening to Fox News Radio.
Heard right here on News Talk KFYO.
All right, if you find yourself, you're one of those people trapped in those horrible timeshares, and it's almost and feels almost impossible to get out of this. Now, that is why the only timeshare exit company that I endorse, they've been with us over a decade. I love this family-owned business, is LoneStarTransfer.com. They treat you with respect. They tell you the truth. They create a customized exit plan for your specific situation. And then lastly, their team will execute it all start to finish with professionalism, and they guarantee results. No more stress. You get peace of mind. Call my friends at Lone Star Transfer today. Now, call now. It's 833-594-0075 and get your free case review. That's 833-594-0075, or check them out on the web at LoneStarTransfer.com. Tell them your friend Sean Hannity sent you.
On the Chad Hasty Show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. You can send in your thoughts on the text line at 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Let's see. A few different stories out there. Let's see. Chad, regarding Taylor Sheridan, let's hope the Alamo story that he puts out there will be all in the up and up. I don't need Rip showing up to the Alamo and causing any problems. Yeah, I don't think Rip or Beth will be showing up. I don't think you're going to be seeing any of that. Yeah, Landman's pretty good. Some of the series have not been as great, but no, I think Sheridan overall has done a pretty good job. I've enjoyed Landman. I really have enjoyed it. 806-680-2790. You can weigh in on any of the topics, any of the issues that we've been getting into throughout the program today. Let's see, a couple of different stories you've got out there. How will Lindsey Graham react to the 2-week ceasefire? Lindsey Graham, he always wants war, and I think he'll probably be upset for a little bit, but Lindsey will get over it and fall in line and be a good soldier as they move forward. 806-680-2790. That's 806-680-2790. Chad, can you talk a little bit about the 25th Amendment? There's talk out there the Democrats want to move forward on that. Yeah, I've seen that there's been more talk about it today. There was a lot of talk, what was it, last Thursday or Friday? Maybe last Wednesday about this, and nothing really ever came about it. You've got some Democrats who they're wanting to get into the 25th Amendment. They're not going to get anywhere. They're not going to. It's just not going to happen. And but this is it's one of those hopes by some of these crazy leftists out there. And then you see what they do with some of this stuff. Yeah, here we go. An eclectic bipartisan group of suddenly calls for removing Trump using the 25th Amendment. Let's see. Lawmakers have repeatedly floated the method for removing a president as laid out in the Constitution as recent years, as Donald Trump's cabinet has apparently discussed the option for more earnestly removal than may have initially realized after the January 6th Capitol attack. Let's see. To successfully remove Trump, a majority of his cabinet and his vice president would have to be supportive. That ain't happening, folks. There's no indications that any cabinet officials are considering it as of right now, or that J.D. Vance would be on board. But Trump's comments Tuesday morning to that a whole civilization will die tonight unless Iran makes a deep spurred increase in calls among somewhat of other things to invoke the amendment. I'm sorry, the idea that Trump is crazy, that Trump is insane, and that this is what is going to lead him to needing the 25th Amendment. We just maybe got a deal on the Hormuz. It's a pretty big deal. It's pretty big. So this idea that we're just going to shake off whatever Trump has been doing and been really good at, we're just going to shake that and say, no, it's actually a deficit. Give me a break. Let's see. Democrat lawmakers, right-wing voices have spent the previous 24 hours expressing concerns about how far the president is willing to take things in the Iranian front. He has threatened to strike power plants and other civilian infrastructure. It has been decried as war crimes. Even some arguments, and some say they feared the administration's threats, alluded to the potential use of nuclear weapons. I'm telling you, these people just make this crap up. They just absolutely make it up, and they think that they are, smarter than everybody else. Trump has never talked about going through Iran and using nuclear weapons. And now that there's a ceasefire, I'm sure you'll have Democrats come out and say it's a bad move, that Trump is just dragging this out. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the Chad Hasty Show.
The Chad Hasty Show, a presentation of Texas Town Square Media Network. The views and opinions expressed during the Chad Hasty Show are not necessarily the views of this station's staff, management, advertisers, or Town Square Media.